You've done the hard work. You've done the inner work. You've said what needs to be said. You've let go. But they don't understand, and you are still carrying that weight. The question is, can you hold your truth even when they don't approve? And even more importantly, can you move forward without looking back? Today, we're going there. We're unpacking what it really takes to stay solid in your new identity while fully releasing the pull from the past. Now, you don't need to go back, but you do need to finish the loop energetically, emotionally, and soulfully. Welcome, I'm Robin Plem, a healer and energy guide, here to support you in your journey of emotional healing and spiritual awakening. I'm also the author of Awake, Aware, Conscious, where I dive deep into how we can release blocks, tap into our energy, and create lasting transformation. Now, if you're feeling stuck or disconnected, this video is going to help you shift your mindset, open the door to the life you deserve. But before we dive in, I want you to think about this. What part of letting go has been the hardest for you? Guilt, missing the person, feeling misunderstood? Hold that as we move through this and drop it in the comments when you feel it lands. Now, you're not alone in this, so subscribe for lots more spiritual development content, and let's get started. All right, so we are moving on from the last video, so I'll leave the link in the description box and at the end of the video for you to go back to if you want to revisit it, or if you want to go back one step. You've shifted. You started saying no. You're making different choices. And now someone's uncomfortable. They might pull away, question you, guilt you, or maybe even go silent or the passive aggressive. So here's what's really happening. Your growth threatens their comfort. Your boundaries force them to look at their own, and your peace shines a light on their chaos. That doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean they're wrong. It means that you're changing the rules, and not everyone is ready for that. Even when you know you've done the right thing, it can still feel a sting. You might feel guilty because you're always the peacemaker, their emotional support person, the co-conspirator or wingman. Doubt because the role used to matter so much in identifying you. And grief because part of you hoped that they'd grow with you or they'd understand. So let me say this very clearly. Growth is not selfish. Choosing peace isn't betrayal. Your job is not to shrink or stay small so other people feel safe. In fact, your job is to shine your own light and be an inspiration for others to do the same. But here is what trips people up. They let those emotional hooks drag them back into the old identity. This is where you have a choice. Default to the old patterns or hold the line. So let's talk about how to stay centered when your old world reacts. You don't have to fight. You don't need to over-explain. You only need to stay anchored in your truth. And here's how. Regulate your body. So breathe into your belly, drop your shoulders, notice your feet on the ground. Safety doesn't come from their approval. It comes from your body, okay? It comes from you. Use your voice wisely. Speak from the I. Keep it clean, no defense, no story, just the truth. This is what's right for me now. Remember, you don't need to be understood by others to be in your alignment. Hold your new identity like a frequency. Wear it like a coat. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to hold your truth. But even when you do this well, there is still another trap. When part of you wants to go back. You've walked away, but part of you still watches their stories, still waits for their messages, still wonders if they'll change, which is totally normal. This is the part of you that still wants to be chosen, still wants closure, still wants them to finally get it. The truth is, you don't need their validation to move forward. You don't need their permission to heal. You need to finish the emotional loop, not with them, but for you. So to fully move forward, your body, mind, emotions need to be in agreement. So try some of these practices to complete this cycle. So a letter of release. Write what you wish you could say to them and then burn it, bury it, dispose of it, rip it up. Okay, cord clearing. Imagine an energetic cord which stretches between you and the other person. So visualize cutting it gently with love. Bridge visualization is another one. Picture yourself walking across a bridge. Don't look back. On the other side is the new version of you waiting. That's where you want to be headed. And a soul statement. Say out loud, I choose alignment over approval. I choose peace over the past. I choose me. Now, this isn't just symbolic. It's telling your subconscious that we're not available for that old loop anymore. It's closing the cycle. Once you've released that last thread, something incredible happens. You start to feel clearer, lighter, more present. You hear your intuition louder. You no longer walk around rehearsing conversations that will never happen. You stop dimming your light to keep people comfortable. You reclaim the energy you used to spend managing someone else's reaction, and you reinvest it into building the life and the growth that you actually want. Now comes the most powerful part, becoming who you were always meant to be. But without holding on to roles and identity, how do you know what's real, what's true, what's soul? You're not just talking about healing anymore. You're talking about identity creation. And that's what we're going to explore next, how to rebuild from soul, not survival. If this spoke to something you're feeling right now, let me and others know of the journey. What's been the hardest part of letting go for you? I'd love to hear. Other people want to hear that they are not alone in this. Drop a comment below. And if you know someone who's in the thick of this too, feel free to share this with them. This path is easier when you don't walk it alone. I'll see you on the next video.